How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today I'm going to show you guys all the Blu-rays and DVDs that I got during the month of December. Now this time around I only have 8. I usually have a whole lot more, but it's December. I needed to focus my both money and time on getting Christmas done properly, and Christmas was really fun this year, and I did get some movies as presents. Strangely enough, the 3 things I have in here that I got as Christmas presents are all Blu-rays and all Universal horror, so I thought that was pretty fun. But a few other things, like I said, 8 total items. One of them is a multi-pack, so more than 8 movies. And also quite a few movies from streaming services. Always love to pick up movies that are supposed to be just on streaming and have a physical copy of them. I really like that. But without further ado, I'm going to switch to the close-up camera, show you guys all of what I got, and hope you guys have fun. So without further ado, let's go over to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle taking a closer look at the DVDs and Blu-rays I got for December of 2023. And right off the bat, let's start with the DVDs. And these first 3 items are both Christmas presents and Universal horror, so I guess it's been a very Universal Christmas. This first item I got from my parents, and this is the Universal Horror Collection Volume 6. They've given me a few of these over the years, and I think I've collected 5 out of the 6 volumes. I just need Volume 5. But this one was the last one they made. Here's hoping they bring back the line. Basically, they started doing this after they released all the Universal Monster films. That is, Scream Factory did. And yeah, this is the 6th one that came out. And if we take it out, we get a little thing about the films, same image as the front with their posters, but we flip it open and we get more promotional art and a little bit of credits. And then, if we open up the case, we get the Universal logo in the background, and each one gets a disc. The Black Castle, The Cult of the Cobra, The Thing That Couldn't Die, and The Shadow of the Cat. The back has a little bit of information about the films, but yeah, 4 classic Universal films, plus the other volumes they put out. I really need to start, I'll probably start reviewing these this year, but yeah, a pretty fun set there. Good to get high quality Blu-ray transfers. Now these next 2 items come from my brother for me for Christmas, and that is the 2 new Universal Dracula movies. Universal has just been kind of doing whatever with their classic monsters. They've been bringing them back, and I'm glad that we're getting more, but it's, you know, no certain stable continuity. It's just doing whatever. In fact, in addition to this, Image Comics has a Dracula comic book from Universal too, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, the first one is Renfield, and we have Nicolas Cage playing Dracula, and Nicholas Hoult is Renfield, and he's going to be trying to break away from Dracula's influence and become his own person, and Awkwafina there plays a cop. It's a pretty fun, kind of cartoony, I think Nicolas Cage said it was a pop art styled Dracula. It's not perfect, but still a pretty fun film. And plus, you know, a Universal movie and a Nicolas Cage movie, that's pretty cool. The movie did have a digital code with it, but I took that out before the video started. Anyway, after that we get The Last Voyage of the Demeter, a much more dark and serious and scary Dracula film, but this one takes just the boat chapter from the original Dracula novel and turns it into its own movie, and it is really dark and creepy, a very, very good horror film, kind of like Alien, but in the past and on a boat and with Dracula. It's pretty cool. Flip it to the back, we get to see this, you know, more bat-like design of Dracula and a lot of the people in their old-timey costumes there. And it's got a few bonus features as well, which is pretty nice. Slide it out. Case is the same as the front. And same style disc as well. And again, this did have a digital code, but I took that out again. Anyway, moving on, those were our 3 Christmas gifts, our 3 Universal films, our 3 Blu-rays. Let's go to the DVDs, and we have 2 films from Shudder. It seems like there haven't been as many Shudder films lately, but it's good that 2 more came out. And let's start off with The Elevator Game. A pretty cool image of this girl, and a ghost is gonna come get her as the elevator doors close. You flip it to the back, and it talks about how there's this guy, and his sister went missing after she started hanging out with this supernatural debunker group. And he thinks it has something to do with them getting her to play the elevator game. And when he starts to mess with it, it's going to go after him as well. And I think that might be a real, like, social media urban legend thing. There was a found footage movie called Followed, and they did that as well in that movie, so I'll be curious how it is here. And it is also strange that elevator horror has become a weird subgenre, but I mean, remember M. Night Shyamalan's Devil, and then you always get a few confinement thrillers and elevators? So hey, see what's up with The Elevator Game. Anyway, slide that back in its slip. Of course, the artwork is the same. And then after that, we have Bad Things. And I mean, look at this. Blood red, lady running through the snow with a chainsaw. How could you resist that? Fangoria says, Bad Things is a very good thing. But flip it to the back, and it talks about how a woman inherits a hotel from her grandmother, and her partner says, let's go down there and take a look at it, even though she has bad memories and just wants to sell the place. And I've heard people say that this has really strong Shining vibes, and hey, I love The Shining, and I'm kind of wanting to do some snow movies now with it being January, so I should probably pop this in sooner than later, I hope. But anyway, Shudder original banner across the top, inside is the same as the front, and there's the Bad Things disc. Anyway, that is Shudder, so let's go from one streaming service to another, and go to Pet Sematary Bloodlines. This was put out on Paramount Plus, I believe. I already have so many streaming services, and I don't want to get too terribly many more, especially with Paramount Plus. Like, Paranormal Activity Next of Kin, I believe, was on there, and now this, and they put both of them out on Blu-ray, which, yeah, no, I'd rather just pay for what I want and have it for forever, because I'm not going to get a streaming service for 2 films. But this is a prequel to the new Pet Sematary movie, and actually kind of like Last Voyage of the Demeter, it talks about how it's an untold chapter from Stephen King's novel, which is, I think, the chapter where they're in the past and Judd is telling his story there. So a prequel to Pet Sematary. And hey, look, it's David Duchovny from X-Files. I don't think this is supposed to be that great, but I still am curious to check it out. You know, I'm a big Stephen King fan. I want to see what happens. So even though I know it's probably not great, I gotta see it, and I'm really glad I had the chance to pick up the physical media. So props to Paramount Plus for putting it out. Up next, something I'm really excited for. Didn't hear anything about this, but saw it on the Walmart shelves, and I picked it up really quick. And this is The Ghost Station. I'm a big fan of Asian horror movies. I grew up during that whole Ring Grudge boom, and I saw quite a bit of them in my youth, so they always have a soft spot in my heart, and I think this is a South Korean film. And I also really love trains, and we get to see this lady doing this weird backwards pose. I'm curious how this is going to go, but you flip it to the back, and it talks about how there's this reporter who someone she interviewed was found dead, but the time of death was apparently before the interview, and she's going to take on this mystery in this train station, and it sounds like a really cool idea. pull it out. This one is wedged in pretty tight. There we go. Inner case is the same as the front, but we actually get unique disc art this time around, and I'm guessing that's our lead. So yeah, a train ghost story. I can't wait. This one looks fun. I need to do a train marathon. There's been several train horrors, you know, Terror Train, Horror Express, Alfred Hitchcock did Strangers on a Train, so I really can't wait to check it out. And then after that, our very last film. If you guys are fans of the channel, you know I talk about a ton of shark movies on here. And now we have a shark movie, an asylum movie, and the third movie in its franchise, and that is Megalodon the Frenzy. And okay, look, I love shark movies, I love cheesy shark movies, and the Asylum did a few pretty fun shark movies, in particular Sharknado. The multi-headed shark attack had their moments, and same with Mega Shark. But Megalodon has consistently been one of the Asylum's worst series. Here's hoping that maybe part 3 gets better. I don't know. Flip it to the back, and it talks about it's a shark-filled action frenzy, but there is absolutely no plot synopsis back here. But that being said, there's a shark at the beach, kind of like in the Meg 2, so maybe this one will be a little funner and cheesier, because you look at the front, and this guy on the battleship there, yeah, the first two were really just grim and stoic battleship movies, and I would love it if this series got a little funner. Anyway, crack it open. Disc is, of course, the same as the front. And that'll be the last of the movies. I know 8 movies is a lot less than I normally do around here. But that being said, yeah, it was Christmas and I was busy with other things. I'll see what happens in January. Hopefully I'll find some cool stuff. But anyway, I'll have other videos out until then. And hopefully I have a review for these two, the Dracula ones. But hope to get to all of these soon. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my monthly movie hauls playlist. I've done this for over a year, so if you like this and want to see a ton more of it, you can click right there and see more. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.